At Hartford Public Schools, we care about one thing above all, the future of our kids. That's why we're dedicated to providing all students with the knowledge and skills needed in the new global culture. Hartford Public Schools is thriving. More student success stories, more world-class facilities, more university and corporate partnerships, more amazing talent coming and staying in Hartford. This is how education is supposed to work. Welcome to Hartford Public Schools, where the future is present.
Hi, I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Welcome to another segment of the Grassroots Business Journal. I am your host, Paul Wilusz, where small business links to social media. We have today as our guest Ruth Flemming from Flemming LLC.
Correct. Pleasure to meet you.
Good to have you on the show. Ruth, tell us a little bit about, let's start from a little bit of some background. Have you always been in this business, or is it, what's a little bit of your background that's led to this business venture?
Okay. First of all, I'm a graduate of Howard University's Fine Arts Department, and with that, being creative, for I say 30 years, I've been developing a soup that I could sell on the market. So with that being said, I came up with the idea of Flemming's Heart Healthy Soup, which is a soup that only has 240 calories and a sodium count of 240 and 60 calories per serving. We make our soup fresh from organic ingredients, and it comes in a 32-ounce frozen package.
Okay. And now you said you had over 30 years in
Yes.
thinking about this.
Yes.
In trying to put together a small business and putting that together, was it easy for you, or was there? I mean, what did you have to go through in order to really come to where you are today?
Okay. I started with the idea of taking a Sunday tradition menu and incorporating it into a new contemporary menu. For instance, after church, we would have, our normal dinner. And so I just took all those ingredients and made it a healthier selection and putting it into a soup. That's how the soup evolved.
Okay. And now to put it into a business, what did you have to go through?
Okay, I had to go to tons of research because I didn't have the experience of putting manufacturing and bringing it to commercial line. You first do a sample product, but in order to do a sample product, you have to find a commercial facility. And there's only like 3 or 4 now in the United States. One on the West Coast, a new one in the Midwest, and Colorado, and 2 on the East Coast, one in New Jersey and one in New York. So in order for entrepreneurs to really put their product, because it could be any product that they come up with, there's only very few location facilities that are commercial kitchens that will help you and are federally approved by the Federal Administration FDA program. So it was a lot of research doing that, doing a business plan, marketing, social media, financing, saying how much it's going to cost, and then if your ingredients aren't available, you have to, substitute or find another vendor that would do it. And then the hardest part is getting it on the shelf and agreeing with distributors, because that's another key component of getting your product not only in the store, but you have to get it with a distributor, and the distributor distributes to their customers.
Okay.
So unless I were to distribute it myself, which it's what I'm doing right now, but I am a minority vendor with Cisco in Rocky Hill, and they have this program, minority vendor program, that I am involved with.
Okay. So for people who are trying to maybe thinking of the same measures, it's a little bit of a journey that you have to go through.
Oh, indeed, it's a journey, but you have to have a passion for that journey. You have to have nonstop. You can't say like, well, if something doesn't work, oh man, your hands down, I'm not gonna do it. You have to be proactive and just go for what you really wanted to. What really made me go for is like every New Year's, my family, well, my father's a minister, and we always would go to church on New Year's Eve. And, when you come home late at night or you have something to eat and it's just a bit heavy, you don't want anything to eat. So I'd always come New Year's, I would say, oh, I'm going to do the soup, I'm going to do the soup. So I just stopped saying going to do it and just do. And that's my whole priority, is to do. I need to, at this point, get the product on the shelves in the grocery stores, so I'm going to do that.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, I know a lot of times from the different guests I've had on the program so far, they're always emphasizing having a good business plan. How long did it take you to put your business plan together?
I took a year off. So I would say about a year, because I had to do two types of businesses and combining in one. One was food industry, and the other is so-called retail. And that, it takes a lot, like you have to go to work, research, go to the library, but it really takes like a year. I did the SBA business plan, which is like 30 pages. So it's a lot of research. You have to answer the questions. I mean, you have to know your target, your demographics. You have to know your finance, your income statement, your balance sheet, which is very important. And then you have to, predict how much you're going to make for the next 5 years, in the next 3 years. And you learn about the different programs that are available to small businesses, but it can be trying sometimes. As long as if they're having a web seminar, take the web seminar. That's the best thing I could say, is I mainly do a lot of web seminars with small business, and then I'm also, registered with different minority organizations. That helps a lot. For instance, I'm a member of the Chamber of Black Commerce in San Fernando Valley. They help me get my product into the airport, or go to people that know where, that says yes, or we can, like at the point of getting an invoice and doing it and purchasing the product, because that's what you want to hear. You want an invoice for your product, and that's very important, because without the invoice, your product is just going to sit there. And without the marketing and getting to those people and knowing who to go to, that's where the business or the chamber helps you a great deal. Okay,
that sounds good. Now, I also know that you're a teacher.
Yes, I
at
am.
Prince Tech.
Yes, I am.
In Hartford. How have you incorporated that into the classroom?
Okay. For instance, in IST, I have my students saying simple, just think about what we do is like we give them questions. If you had a show for Prince Tech and you wanted to do like a web online television spot, how would you do that? What would you need? For instance, I had some students who were interested in football players, and they played football, and you always hear them talking about the stats and things like that. So I said, oh, you know, I think it was one of the can't remember his name, but he was going to do the cameras that fly in the air. I forgot what the name of that is.
Oh, the blimps.
Yeah, the little cameras where, you know, if you're watching a football game, you can see.
At the stadium that go across it. Yes. Okay.
So I said, well, you know, like, you know, how much would that cost? And who would you need a pilot's license to, you know, I'm putting ideas in their head. And they're like, well, yeah. I said, well, wouldn't it be nice, like maybe, you know, like if you guys came up with a project and, you know, like you wrote it all out, you write down what are you going to need for access PCs, camera equipment, software, and how are you going to design the web page, you know, what's it going to say, and things like that. And then and there's a lot of entities in the technical school system where they know me and they'll say, Miss Flemming, like in culinary, they'll say, oh, how is your soup going, you know, things like that. And they're interested in, because like you kind of like, I give them like, well, does anybody know what a nutritional fact is? And they start to think, oh no. I said, well, look it up, research it. You know, like how many calories are in that rice, that brown rice versus white rice.
So you're making it more interactive, and so that students are becoming excited.
Yes.
Because you're doing it.
Yes. From
that example.
Yes.
And that you're bringing it then into the classroom itself. It sounds very exciting. Now, just a little bit about you told us a little bit about the soup. Are there any other products that you have within the company?
Yes, I have a patented product which I patented in 2010. Our product is called Our Cool Tees. It is a product that has a cooling component that is incorporated into any type of garment. For instance, it could be incorporated in a safety vest. It could be incorporated in a sportswear workout vest. It could possibly, we're doing research to incorporate it into a bulletproof vest. Okay. So, and that's our research, the R&D part on the bulletproof vest. And we're working with Connecticut, I believe it's I can't remember the name of it right at this point, but it's a program that brings businesses together and entrepreneurs together to create a product and go from there.
Sounds exciting. Now you said, how long has the soups been out?
Well, the soup has been out since I would say 2011.
Okay.
What we did the first, we ran the first batch in 2012, and we ran the second this last year in 2013. And so from that, but we've done a lot of batches in between. Each time we do one, we curtail it. Like for instance, any product can be expensive, but when you look at your research and you look at your figures and you try to do it better. So we're at a point where we changed our product. So we're making our own stock versus buying the stock. Okay. Because then you're acceptable to the pricing changing and when it's available and if it's not available. And so those are the things that we've kind of, like we've had, little concerns with, but as a business that is growing and an entrepreneur, you keep going and you keep researching your ideas and making sure it works. So finding the solution to the problem is always a strong ethic that I like to do. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Ruth, it's been very exciting to know about your business. I think everyone should be able to hopefully look forward to seeing your product on the shelves. And maybe at one point in time, I know that Access TV also has a health component, and maybe you can get in touch with those people and maybe be on their program as well. So at this particular time, thank you for being on the show. Again, tell us the website and the phone number.
Okay, it's Flemming LLC. It's Flemming. The email contact is FlemmingSoupinfo@yahoo.com, and our telephone number is 860-212-3926.
Excellent. And once again, if you're going to be in the mood, having something healthy for this new year, check out Flemming's Soup Info at yahoo.com. This has been Paul Wilusz. My guest today has been Ruth Flemming from Flemming LLC. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure is mine.
And until next time, keep talking business, and we'll see you then. Have a good day.